And I visited Lagos. Of course, we're all in Abuja, and I can tell you that they are working very hard to get themselves ready and prepare for the peculiarities of this particular outbreak. The corona is peculiar in its own ways, so you have to adjust to it. I still have to visit Port Harcourt, which will come up very soon, and then Enugu even before they start operating, to see their state of readiness there and assess their emergency operation center. So we have good relationship with those states. And if there is need for contact tracing to go further, we have the opportunity to speak to the governors, to meet them at governors forum, to brief them and talk to them, to always assist us in doing the work that we are supposed to do. Ventilators. The ventilators are standard equipment that are used in hospitals. When you are doing an operation, you normally use a ventilator for it. So a ventilator is what you use if a patient is not able to breathe on his own. And so you use a machine to do that for him or to assist. Now, only the most extreme cases do you need ventilators. In those whose infection has badly affected the lungs. So we do have ventilators, and they will be deployed as needed when the case arises. But not all persons who have had corona infection will require ventilators. The one we are seeing in Lagos now does not require ventilator at all. He's walking about, is okay. His own infection did not affect the lungs, and is breathing very normally. So ventilators are for the very extreme situation. The question of stockpile, yes, the part of the reason why that amount of money was released was to go to create stockpile. You use the stockpile to service unexpected demands, and the particular commodities will depend on what emergency you are facing. So the NCDC is the one arranging the procurement according to the way they perceive the risks to be. So they make their request, put it on paper. The Ministry of Health, I go through it and look through it, and then if everything is okay, I approve it, and then send it over to where it's giving final approval, and immediately is approved with no hesitation and not even one kobo is removed. So you get everything that you're looking for so that Nigeria can stay safe and Nigerians can be protected. With the face mask, I thought we had answered that already. No school should be demanding that children should bring face masks. That's not a requirement. That is not something that the government has advised. And the individual principals can wake up and then make demands that are not in line with general policy. So those who have serious illness, I can imagine that those who have serious illness, if somebody has cough and catarrh and has to do an exam, I can understand that such a person is given masks. They should actually be given masks. Anybody who has chronic cough or catarrh must see a doctor and stay home. But if, for example, they have to be at lessons, they have to be doing exams, then they should be supplied with or given masks for that purpose. But I do not see that it's necessary as a matter of routine for everybody in the school, and they should not be enforced at all. Epidemiologists who know exactly what questions to ask and how to track people down. And the purpose is to know if you have an index case, who has he been in contact with, and what is the likelihood that that person he was in contact with contracted the disease from him. So not only do you find the primary contact persons, you also find the secondary contact persons. That's to say, the person he contacted, those that one contacted too. So it's a wide range of investigation that is done by experts, and we have been able to identify 19 who are already under observation in Lagos, 39 in Ogun State, and continuing, counting. We cannot give you a fixed figure because it's a continuous process. It's a process, it's a work in progress. But the only one we know for sure are the number of people who were in the aircraft with him, 156. And those ones are being tracked and we're talking to them and getting cooperation. There have been a few challenges in that some people gave telephone numbers that didn't work, or a number that was said to be switched off. There are some of them who probably don't have telephones, or some who are new arrivals in Nigeria. They are not yet registered on with any phone company. They do not have a phone number. But there are ways in which they can be found out, because the manifest will release. Some are probably also left the country again if they are just here for a day or two. But the manifest gives you a document to start with. And it is that document that you begin to try and identify, even beyond what is required by WHO convention. The owner of the aircraft, the airline, they have been notified, and the embassy has been notified, and the embassy of the in this case has also been notified, and the aircraft owner have been notified. So all the and then of course the World Health Organization has been notified. The international health regulations require that if you find something like that, you must notify World Health Organization. All those have been done. So we are in a clean slate as far as managing this is concerned. Now, let me say here that I am particularly proud, and even the taxi and that he went in also has been treated. And on the 26th, he started feeling unwell, and he reported to to a hospital. I'm sure they tried to diagnose malaria, but immediately it was negative. They immediately had the index of suspicion to refer him, and he was referred to the infectious disease hospital, and there they didn't waste time. That same night, they called me, and I said, it is very good that you do this test. They went on to do that test, and that same night, by midnight, the result came out. So the whole thing took less than 48 hours. That is very fast and very commendable, and I'm particularly proud of the team. They worked like clockwork without delay. So in less than 48 hours from the 26th, in fact, barely 24 hours, we had our result. From the time the man complained to when we had our diagnosis, but just over 24 hours, which I think is excellent. It's a very good test case. And this, if you look at it as a test run, we have done very well here. And I think that the team deserves a commendation for that.
Yes, I want to do a follow-up, Honorable Minister. So you did say 156 passengers are still being stressed. I want to know, sir, how many of these 156
we do not know. We said 156 were on the plane. Yeah, and then some of them have been tracked. I cannot tell you exactly how many have been tracked. As I told you before, some may have gone back because some just came for a short period and left. In fact, this in this case was a consultant. He came for 2 days. He was supposed to have left the day before yesterday. So if not that this problem came up. Others have, but we're tracking those who can find using all the knowledge that epidemiologists have. So, but I cannot tell you the figures right now. We also can't tell you that. They are Nigerians, they are foreigners. We cannot give you the ratio. But we're looking at them as human beings, as individuals. We're not looking at the citizenship.
The very last question, sir, with your kind permission. With your kind permission, sir, I want to ask this question, and it revolves around our research and development capacity as a nation. We know that you have said that you've been in touch with China regarding treatment protocol where COVID-19 is concerned. I'm asking this question just to know what we're already doing as a nation, or do we still go the lane of complacency where we just wait for other countries to hand down what they've been able to come up with? Are you in touch with NICRE? What are we doing? Have we started talking to the researchers, the complementary medicine experts? What have we been doing? Have we made any headway, or we're waiting until they said diseases know no borders? Each country is rising to see what it can do. What is Nigeria doing in that regard? Thank you.
Some claims which we're trying to verify.
Well, to answer that question, let me just quickly add that we have seen the Chinese ambassador 2 times, and he has given us assurance that they are taking care of all the Nigerians in China. In Wuhan itself, where this disease first appeared, there are about 60 Nigerians there. None of them has caught the coronavirus disease. They are all well. The only African who got it was from Cameroon, and he has been treated and is well. As of yesterday, I think the Chinese hospitals have treated nearly 42,000 of their own people and discharged them. 42,000 out of about 70-something, 75,000. They treated and discharged 42,000. So it shows that it is treatable, and if they present early and follow the treatment protocol, and also they are learning too and sharing their knowledge with us here. The Nigerian ambassador in China, we have also been speaking with him. He is in touch with the Nigerian community over there and giving them all the moral support and also some financial support that they require. The Chinese government also reassured us that they are supplying the Nigerians with food, with everything, so they don't need to go out to look for things to buy. They are supplied everything they need. So for those who have relatives there, we are assured that they are in safe hands. Yes. And the relationship between the government of Nigeria and the government of China has not been strained by this development. And as far as research is concerned, we have an Institute of Medical Research, we know, in Lagos, Nigerian Institute for Medical Research, and they are interested in what is happening here. They are aware of other types of coronaviruses that have been in existence before. And as you all know, this one is said to be a novel virus, which means it's new. And all scientists are struggling hard to understand it, to understand its behavior. The sequencing has been done, that's the genetic sequencing has been done, so it's been shared. And the scientists are scrambling everywhere to find a vaccine for it. Somebody sent me a clip today about a research group in America that's trying to fast-track the development of vaccine. They think it will be ready by June. But I believe that even the Chinese themselves, where 95% of these cases have occurred, are doing a lot of research. Nigeria, we have only just one case, probably only just one set of this virus, which is all you can use for research. But Nigeria has been researching on similar viruses in the past, and the Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research and we have discussed it, and they are interested in doing this research and in pushing it forward. So we're not sitting by as spectators, we're trying to contribute to the body of knowledge available on viruses and on germs generally.